Hi, this is Janet from Try It Like It, and I wanted to share with you today about how to work punch needle. What you need is either a kit or the fabric that you're going to punch. Now, this kind of needlework is different from all other needlework because you work from the back side of the piece, and what you punch through then becomes the actual piece that gets framed. So you want to put your fabric into your embroidery hoop, which I've already done. Then you're going to need a punch needle tool. Now this tool comes with its own threader, which is a very fine piece of metal folded over, and that's for threading into the stylus. And then you need the embroidery floss. Now floss comes with multiple threads in the floss. So you twist it apart and choose either 2 or 3 depending on what your pattern says. And I've already done that, and I've chosen to do just 2 for this example here. Now to thread the needle, the way that this works is that the needle tool has a hole or a shaft going through the punch, and so you insert this into the needle. Can you see that? You insert this into the needle, and then it's long enough to extend out the other end, and that's where you put your thread through. And then you pull it through the tool. Then, if you can look very closely here, if I can get it in focus, there is a small hole here as well that the thread has to go through. Now you don't want to use the threader to thread this hole because it will break. And I've done that on multiple occasions. So the thing to do here is to get your thread as close to each other as possible, pulling off some of the adhesive that held it in the package, and then I'm going to just stick it through that hole. And I'm going to say this is easier said than done. But once in, you're ready to work, and you don't have to worry about it. There we go. All right, so we're through, and then I'm just going to pull the excess through the back of the needle. Now, to begin work, you'll see on this needle tool here that there is a pointed side, and then there's the side with the opening on it. This opening is the actual way that you travel your tool. You're going to travel going towards the opening on the needle. So what do I mean by that? Is here, this central piece right here is going to be this light blue color. And so to start, I'm going to use my hand to hold the thread in place, and then I'm going to punch into the fabric and then pull back out. And that is my first one. Now to travel to another place, I'm going to follow the direction of the opening of that needle and put it into the piece. And then you just keep going. You don't have to follow any rhyme or reason. You can punch in whatever direction you want. You do not have to punch into every hole that the fabric has. Okay? Once you've got it started and going, then you'll find that it starts to build up thickness on the other side. What just happened there is my thread didn't take, and so I just pulled out the back end of the tool, and I'm going to go to a different hole to see if it's wound a little bit tighter to hold it. And I'm just going to travel up this way a bit. And that you can see I'm off that edge, which is fine. I can just turn around and come back, but I need to turn my tool so that opening is facing the direction I want to go, and then just punch right back into place. Now, in doing so, I'll show you a piece that is finished. I'll turn this over and show you that we have started to get the bumps to show. And they looked a little ragged and a little random, but that's okay. Over time, they fill in and look like this. So see how they piece together, and see how you don't see a uniform pattern going across. It's just a random bumpy surface. And if we look from the side, you can see that it's not a great depth that it leaves. Now, some punch needles will allow you to adjust that height. And then I don't tie off anything in the back. I leave the tails all in place. It looks something like this on the back when you're finished. You can choose to trim these if you want. If you pull on them, some of the stitching may come undone, so you want to be careful about that. And so you can see how this was the side that had the pattern. See, there's a little piece here that didn't get done yet. And so this was the pattern. This is this side of the piece. And when it's done, I took it out. And this is what it looks like finished. So the back side, or the side that you don't see as you're working, is actually the finished piece. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you give punch needle a try. And you can buy these in a kit, or you can buy just the patterned fabric and then do your own color choices. The kits are nice because they come with all the thread that's needed. It tells you the colors, and then the directions tell you, where to place each color into your pattern. Oftentimes the box front will be enough. This is a different pattern, but here's the box front, and it's enough to show you where the colors go on the piece. So I hope you enjoy this, and give punch needle a try. It's very relaxing. It's a very easy craft, and it's very forgiving.